Welcome everybody. We will deep dive into and I'll try and my best to squeeze Orel into telling us more secret about how he got his first sale online.
I have many of these. A lot of secrets to share.
Yep, a lot of secrets. So must make use of the 45 minutes to 1 hour to really squeeze everything out. Okay. All right. So while the rest are strolling in, hi Sophia, hi Mark. Okay, so um welcome everybody. This second Substack live of the um, first digital dollar uh, um, project. I just want to emphasize that first digital dollar is not cryptocurrency. We are not talking about crypto here. We are talking about how individual solopreneurs that's within my circle, how they actually navigate, okay, give their unique offers, walk their own path, um, created their own strategies, and then eventually earn their first digital dollar online. So I have here with me Orel. So some of you know Orel. He's most well known for being the creator of Stack. So welcome, Orel. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Yeah. All right. So you want to spend the next 1 minute talk a bit about yourself and your amazing product.
Yeah, definitely. I'd
Yep.
love that. So thank you. My name is Orel, and I'm the founder of Brightstack. I've been a solopreneur for I think 2 years now, and 3 months, and 5 months. Even I quit my job at August 2023. I had my fair share of bad bosses, and I decided that I've had enough and I want to go on my own. And so I just quit my job one morning and yeah, just started. And in the beginning, what I did is I tried to be everywhere all the time on YouTube, on LinkedIn, create a mobile app, create a web app, create a Unity game, and just try to eat and get everything that I could because I thought I have the entire day. I can just split my time and everything will work out. And nothing worked out. All right. Spoiler, for almost 18 months, just nothing worked. No product of mine ever got any traction or any people that are interested in it. And so I went from product to product, from burnout to burnout, until I decided to focus on one thing. And I gave myself 6 months to work on one product. And if it fails, I go back to finding a new job. And probably the fear of finding a new job just made me focus so intensely on one product. And that product is RightStack. It began as a articles outline generator, and it turned out to be this huge project that it is right now, which is all around notes. So it started about posts and went to be about notes. And yeah, right now I have around 250, I think, subscribers on RightStack, paid subscribers that use RightStack on a daily basis. Just today I crossed 6,000 monthly recurring revenue, and yeah, doing good, growing.
Well done. So before we went on live, we were just saying we met, we chatted online before. I think that
Yeah.
was also in 2023.
Um, I
Is it
think it was in
2023?
2024
Early, very
when you
very.
hit your first $5,000 online, I think.
Okay. So
Yeah,
it's
I remember
early,
then
very
I
very
was
early. I think it's February. If it's 5,000, is what it was February 2024.
but yeah, it might be. I remember I was so jealous of you. It was, yeah, I mean, I thought to myself, how can this dude get so much money?
You already hit 6K MRR, so that's
Yeah,
that's
yeah, it took
perfectly doable.
yeah, it took me a lot of effort and time, but yeah, it's doable.
Yeah. Okay. So um for those of you who just joined us and then you're like, oh, what happened here? Okay, so um, what we do here in First Digital Dollar is that each contributor, okay, will contribute the post on Tuesday of the week, and then we'll go on live with me and for a deep dive sometime to Thursday or Friday of the week. Right, so what we are doing here is Orel's post has been out since Tuesday, right? So just hop on to Solopreneur Code and look for his post if you want to deep dive read about it. But then there's a few questions that I'll ask Orel along the way. These are the questions that you don't find in the post, which I try to dig out a bit, and then I try to ask. Right. So first question for you, Orel, is very interesting. You mentioned in the post in the article that you had a couple of products, right? You created a couple of products. I
Right.
can't remember all of them until you reach right stack. Okay. At which point do you decide to jump to the next product from the first to the second, second to the third?
All right. So it was very simple. So what I did is I came up with an idea. I thought it was great. I thought that it was going to be a killer idea and everybody's going to just jump on it. So I developed it back then without AI. Um, just a code completion, which was awful. But I'd spent 2 weeks or 3 weeks developing an MVP, giving it another week to see that nobody cares about it, and then just giving up on the idea. So it was like a cycle of a month. I built a product. I put it on either X, LinkedIn, YouTube, product hunt, wherever I could. Got no traction, got no users, and then convinced myself that it's a bad idea and that I need to move on to the next one.
Okay. So
Yeah.
um surprisingly it was rather fast
Yeah,
for
it
you
was
to
very
switch
fast. Very fast. Yeah.
because uh correct me if I'm wrong, if thinking back, um with the same strategy you use for right stack, if you use it for your first ever product, it might also work as well. Agree with me?
If I use it for my first ever, what do you mean?
That means the strategies that you use for right stack, which we'll
Oh,
dive deep later, you use it for your first product, right?
yeah, I think it could. It
It will
wouldn't
still work.
reach $6,000, but definitely my first product was actually very cool. So what I built that was really interesting is I called it
Yeah.
Pinky Partner. It's still live, by the way, if you want to sign up.
Okay.
It's free. So what I build is an accountability partner app. So what it does is you choose a habit that you want to develop, you
Okay.
bring in your friend, and then
Okay.
you sign like a contract between the two of you, and every day you can mark the that you did that habit. So if, for example, both of us want to incorporate meditation in our daily habits, then we create a meditation contract, and then every day that you did the meditation you press to approve that you completed it, and your partner gets a notification about that, and
Okay.
then you're accountable for each other because you saw that your partner completed it, then now you also need to complete it. It's like it makes you feel like you need to do it as well. And then
Okay.
every evening you get a notification, a reminder to complete that habit.
Okay. Yeah. So um yeah, it's an interesting idea. And I've seen a lot of habit trackers around there, but this is the one that actually you actually bring in another person, right?
Yeah.
Someone who will watch over you. I think that's a very interesting idea. So what I'm trying to dig is I think which I personally believe is sometimes a lot of people focus too much on uh, the product, the perfect product they dream of. Then what I'm trying to say is um, the other half of the story is the strategy that you deploy, that you use to sell the product,
That's true.
right? And
That's
and 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 the step 1 to step 100 that you do before, during, and after you launch the product. That is the part that is also making a difference. Of course, having said that, a product with sufficiently good quality is also a must. But then taking into account that all the product is generally about the same, then the one that makes a difference is what do you do before, during, and after you launch the product,
Yeah, that's
right?
true. And let me tell you something that's very interesting. In my opinion, any idea can work if you treat it right, all right. So if you have an idea, you can build an MVP in a few hours, and then just find the people that are relevant to you and send it to them for free to use it. And then you get the feedback that you need, because any product that you'll start, any idea that you have will probably suck at the beginning because you think you know what people want, but then you find out that it's the exact opposite of that. So you create the idea, you give it to people to try, you get feedback, and then you improve it as time goes on. Like I said,
Yeah.
WriteStack started as an articles generator. That was my pain point, to come up with article ideas, and so I created it for me. But I found out that
Nobody wants it.
nobody wants it. Nobody cares about it. People have problem not coming up with ideas, but having the time to write their
Yeah.
ideas. So, and one of the users that gave me feedback, I think it was Casper Wojak. He was also the first customer that I ever had. He told me that the notes is the part that people actually struggle with, and so that's when I realized how big the mistake was of focusing on articles, because all the other platforms like Hype Fury, Tweet Hunter, Taplio, whatever else there is, they all focus on short form content, and so that's exactly what I need to do as well. And that was the point that I pivoted to notes, and from there it was just yeah, people just loved it.
Yeah. So you talk about one point that is I find it extremely relevant to my personal belief as well. Is um generally all ideas will work.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just need to find the right uh execution methods, right? And then we need to find the right target audience, right? Um, I personally believe there will always be someone in this world who needs your product,
yeah,
right? So, but the problem is you, whether you know how to find this person or not,
yeah,
right? So, and having the right stack in Substack is is a perfect example of finding the right person, because then you are actually raising your chances of finding the person who needs it, because anybody in the Substack will naturally be writing notes, and then out of the 100 people who writes notes, at least 30-40% will actually think of how can I schedule notes.
right.
Right? So for those of you who doesn't know, Lightstack is a note scheduler. Besides Lightstack, of course, there are a couple of other solutions, but I think Orel's one looks is one of those that looks very nice.
It's not
Indeed.
only a notes scheduler; it has
Yeah.
all the things that you need to grow on WriteStack with Notes. So it has an analytics page that you can't find
Mm,
anywhere else, where you see your entire Notes history in one place, and you can sort it by likes, comments, free subscribers, paid subscribers, whatever. Find what's converted, and then repurpose it or rewrite it or whatever you want, even using AI.
yeah.
And another cute thing that I added specifically to this analytics page is a small icon that tells you if you posted that note in the past month. So I make it even easier for you to repurpose content that converted before, so you can keep converting with the same content. So, for example, I have one note that I keep reposting, in which maybe you know about it, maybe you read it, where I say that I like my own notes, right? I
Yep.
say that I like my own notes and I don't care what everybody thinks. And this one keeps converting, keeps bringing in more subscribers, more likes, more engagement, more traffic. One specific note, so I post it every 4 weeks. So that specific page, I think it's probably one of my favorites on RightStack, because it just helps me convert more people. And I mean, that's our goal here on Substack, to convert readers to subscribers, and that
Yep.
page helps me tremendously.
Yep. So that's another secret that I always tell a lot of my readers, is that don't be afraid to repost the note that works, right? The truth is none of us know which one will work,
Right.
right? Our secret is I post enough to find out which one will work,
True.
right? So for those who post one note, those of you who are viewing the 14 of you, if you post one note a week, one note a day, Then you start, oh, why I don't know which one will work. That's because I post 5 to 8 posts a day. So over time, in half a year, I have more stats than you, right? Just like Orel. Orel has his whole entire history of stats in his right stack. So he's able to see which one will work. So so that's the truth. We have no idea as well. I personally have no idea. I cannot say for certain that when I write something, it will become viral. There's no such thing, right? But we post enough to know which one will work.
Yeah, and the one thing is I can even if we had a very, very long conversation and we can follow up on that, I could show you that I know exactly which note I can post and it will work, right? It will get at least 80 or 90 likes just because it performed so many times in the past that I know that it will perform well again. Right. So that specific note that I told you, I posted it like 6 times, and the last time that I posted it just was the craziest, right? It's got like I think 150 likes and like 6 or 7 free subscribers just from reposting the same note.
Yep.
So yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So the moment you find one note that works, don't be afraid to repost it,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
For me, I actually repost it every 2 weeks.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah. Around 2 weeks. I Of course there's no like cannot I wouldn't be 14 days immediately, but
Yeah.
it's around 2 weeks that I will repost it. Um yeah, and for those of you who subscribe to me, you know I use Notion. Yeah, so everything is inside my Notion. And I use Notion AI, blah blah blah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
coming back to you, so there's this interesting part, that very interesting paragraph in your post that you say, I face a stupid amount of stickers along the way.
Of
Uh,
what?
I face a stupid amount of stickers along the way. You wrote this. Getting users, fixing bugs, improving UX, getting hate on Substack, getting
Y- Yeah.
telling people I still don't make money, blah blah blah. Right. So how do you uh remain consistent? How do you continue to do this when all these things are in your head every single day?
Oh, sorry, sorry. I mean, I just opened Substack. For some reason, it opened
Okay.
it, and it played our recording in the back, and then it just repeated what you said. And I thought, okay, you might be repeating what you said, but then you're waiting here and you're saying,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, okay, okay, sorry. So,
Yeah.
um, the way that I stay consistent right now, honestly, is I have my daily things that I need to do. I printed like a bunch of these.
Mhm.
Uh, I have write 15 notes, reply to all Substack comments, reply to all Substack direct messages, send 10 direct messages, reply to all support tickets, and write one email. So I try to complete at least this daily checklist, which is a
Okay.
lot, right, every day. And I mean, it's hard, all right. In the past like 2 months, I was pretty burnt out and I felt like nothing that I'm doing works, even though these were the greatest 2 months of Right Stack ever. But I just felt off. And what I did during these 2 months, I just tried to push through and do my dailies at least. But the other thing that I did is recently I took a 36 hours detox time, just a day and a half of everything, and it really helped me a lot. It really brought me the clarity back, and I feel much better. And I feel like I want to develop and to invest more time. So sometimes taking time back and not doing the things that you do every day really helps. So yeah, and also yeah, so that just taking time off really helps with staying consistent. Other than that, honestly, it was just brute forcing my way through, which is never good.
Yeah, I'm the a backstory, a little bit sidetrack about why I asked that question is, remember this is a first digital dollar project, right? So I to me, I personally believe, which when I talk to some of the contributors, including yourself, most of us agree that um the first dollar one of the most difficult to earn
Mhm.
online, right? So it happened to me as well. So before I make that first sale, there's this slight tingling feeling around my head, asking myself whether when do I quit, should I continue? Right. So going back to your story, I asked that question is because we for those of you who are checking in with us now, 17 of you, that if you have not made your first dollar or you made your first dollar but you couldn't find the opportunity to make a second dollar, then the feeling starts to come in, right?
Mhm.
The feeling of doubt in your post you wrote, I face a stupid amount of obstacles, right? Everybody will face this tremendous amount of obstacles, right? So, uh, what, how do you, um, if you can recall before you make the first dollar, there will be instances because you already tried so long already, right? And then you're like, oh, when do I quit? Right step, right?
Yeah.
Because there will always be, should I quit now and then launch another access? When and then when that feeling keep coming in, how do you overcome it? Right?
Yeah, so actually
You notice it's very different after you earn your first digital, right? Then
yeah,
you have you the feeling of giving up is much lower already. You like, okay, I can do this, right?
yeah.
But before that, how do you overcome that? Because you cannot tell yourself it will work because you are like thinking, well, will it work? That's the problem.
Yeah. So before the first dollar that I made, uh, honestly, what kept me is just trying to prove I'm very, um I always like to go the, against the popular belief or against what people say to me or what people think about me. So what I thought to myself is most people fail because they quit too soon. Most people just don't have the grit or they don't want to keep doing it forever until something works. And I said to myself, well, I'm going to be different. I'm just going to do everything. What I do is I do the opposite of what everybody wants to do. And it also reflects in my comments on notes. So I usually reply to notes so if I have something that's opposite to what the writer said. And so that's what keeps me motivated. When I used to go to spinning classes, the moments when I most excelled were the moments where I saw everybody's having a hard time and everybody's kind of slowing down and trying to catch their breath. That's when I said to myself, it's time to pick up the pace, and then I just give it my all. So I think it's about the mindset that I have that I just want to be different. I just want to do different things than other people, and so I'm not going to quit until I make it. All right.
Mm,
Knew that I will make it at one point. I just didn't know when. But
mm.
yeah,
Okay, so um, going further now, okay,
yeah,
it's easy for everyone of us to always say persevere. I mean, I also say persevere, right? Keep doing it, all right? Then there's this very gray line. When do you uh, switch and when do you persevere and continue?
hmm,
Because you can't see the finishing line,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
If you can't see a finishing line, then when do you switch lane?
So I saw a great video from Alex Hormozy about that, and he drew like a mountain, and he said that there are many ways to reach the top, right? And if you pick one lane and you quit in the middle and you choose another lane, then you'll never get even to the middle. You won't get to the top ever because you always change the lanes. All right. So if right now what I'm doing is developing SaaS products and I try to do it for 600 days, by the way, this is a true story, and I try to do it for 600 days and then I suddenly try to shift into selling offers and selling coaching programs and stuff like that, then what I'm doing is I'm leaving the lane that I've been on for so long and I progressed so much, and then I move to another lane which I know nothing about. and I'm starting the whole journey over again. Um, so I think you should pick one thing and then just stick to it, even if it feels hard, even if it's boring. That's the fastest way to get anywhere. Just sticking to one thing.
Okay, sticking
Michael,
to one thing.
yeah. I mean, so if you, like I said, if you quit in the middle, you sort of lose all the progress that you made, and you don't want that. I mean, you could theoretically choose a different lane and get to the top way faster. But usually it doesn't work this way because you need to learn a whole new set of skills just to get to where you were before.
Mm,
Um, so yeah, just choose the thing that you're good at and you use your skills to progress there. And Michael says, "A quitter never wins," and yeah, I love that. A
yeah,
quitter never wins, and a winner never quits. Yeah,
yeah. So it's very important that we don't quit. Um, of course, having said that, that doesn't mean that you stick to a failed strategy, right?
yeah,
Um, uh, I think Orel and me also believe that you don't quit, but then you don't try to, like what Albert Einstein said, you don't do the same thing and expect different results.
yeah.
Right?
So let me tell you. So the lane is just a general path that you're taking. So I'm developing
Yeah.
SaaS products, right? Inside developing SaaS product, I can what I did for the first 600 days of my journey is building something, seeing that it doesn't get any traction, and then just dropping it and going to the next idea. Another way to do it inside that lane is developing something, investing time marketing it, and then figuring out if it's something
Yeah.
worth continue working on or not. So inside the pet, you have tiny pets that you can choose, um, and there it's okay to change because you're still on your main path, but you're just changing the strategies to
Yes,
climb.
correct. And this is why the first digital dollar project is so important because what I'm doing here is I get 12, 20 solopreneurs with different offers, different path. Right. So for yourself, you wrote right stack and you base your product on SaaS. The first contributor is Taylin. His product is really ghostwriting. It's a service.
Mhm,
Right. So I think it's very important for everybody here to the 22 of you here to understand that um there there are there are thousand and one ways to be successful in something,
mhm,
right? And inside the thousand and one ways, there are thousand and one products. There are thousand and one offers you can make. There are thousand and one marketing strategies you can do, right? Um, it's just a matter of for your given circumstances, for your given environment, for given different types of target audience, which one will work. And then the truth is nobody can tell you which one will work. You just have to work on it and then realize that which one will work by yourself. I think that the self discovery is very important.
yeah,
Right? A lot of people say, "Oh, I just ask this person and then I follow whatever he do." Right? I truly believe that success is not cannot be 100% duplicated.
true.
Right? You can take a bit of this. I can copy Orel's step 135 and then take Taylin's 456 and then
Yeah,
combine it to make my own. I think that's the
right.
best way ahead.
I
Right?
agree.
Do you
I
agree?
agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sophia here said with RideStack it's one lane, but you kept improving it, which got so RideStack is a part of my let's call it climbing tools. So I used to climb with a certain set of tools that I had, and then I changed it, and it worked much better. But yeah, it's still in the same lane. Blaze says Alex did changes. He changed lines. He started with fitness, moved to acquisition, marketing, and coaching. Yeah, that's right. But the thing about
Yeah.
Alex is that he didn't change his fitness until he reached, I think it was his first exit, which was like 46 million. All right. So
Yeah.
until then, he didn't change his lanes. He was on fitness and fitness only. And you know, when you're in one lane like fitness or product or anything, you need to market. And then he learned how to market so freaking well that that's what he sold. The marketing side of the things right? So how to create the ads, how to replicate the success of one gym from one gym to another. And that's what got him like to change lanes into acquisitions, marketing, coaching. So it was one path that was just started as fitness and then moved on.
Yeah. So if you even read through his story, he started with doing all the consultancy by himself, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, until a stage whereby he realized that, oh, I can just teach people to do it.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
right.
exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
And so
So
it was always revolving around fitness. That's the thing.
yeah, and 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 if you look at it, I mean, for Alex's story is that the product change, but the strategy remains somewhat the same. Right?
Hmm.
Making use of a set of skill set to help another person become successful.
Yeah.
Right. So he started out with gym, later on now it's business of all kinds. Right.
Yeah.
And interestingly, even if you ask Orel or you ask myself, um, if we look back, our current product looks very different from our initial idea,
True.
right? And if I hear you correct, basically what shapes this transformation is really uh, customer feedback,
True.
correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
So which brings me to the next question. I read your story. Like what you say, all your previous product you didn't actually bother to ask anybody or get any feedback until right stack.
Right.
Right? There's this particular line that you say you finish right stack in within 1 week, and then you say, oh, I got some time, and
Yeah.
then I myself just go and DM a few person.
Yeah.
Hmm. So
Yeah. So that's
what made you suddenly say, let me go and DM a few person?
yeah. So that's the thing. When I started WriteStack, which started as Articles Generate, that was the name. I gave myself 6 months to focus on one product and one product only. And if I don't make my first dollar out of it, then I'm just going to quit and find a job. So that was my timeline. That was my deadline.
Automaton.
Uh, yeah, ultimatum. Yeah, yeah, good one. And so after a week, I finished building, and I was like, okay, what do I do now? And I thought, all right, so I'll find a few newsletters. I have a big database. I can find a bunch of newsletters that might find generating articles relevant to them. I'll send them a direct message. I'll introduce myself, and I'll offer them um, the product for free to test. And yeah, so I just thought about how I could fill the next 5 months and 3 weeks with what was then articles generate. So
Right.
yeah, I just thought Alex Hormozy always says send 100 direct messages every day. So I said, why not? By the way, what made me even take this decision is reading the same 5 books for I think it was 3 months or something, even four. So I read um, the Secrets book by Russell Brunson, which are .com secrets, expert secrets, and traffic
The
secrets.
three, and then
Yeah,
the 200 million books.
exactly. 100 million leads and 100 million offers. But all the five, I just kept rereading and re-listening in the gym and anywhere, and something got stuck. And then I decided to give the 6 month ultimatum and send the direct messages, and things just moved on from there.
Yeah. And since we are talking about this, my strategy has been always been the same as well. When I finish one digital product, um, I always send it out to 20 beta testers free. Right. And I heard you also give out free when you initially do the testing.
Yeah,
Right. And then through the free beta user, you get two things. Feedback and testimony.
right,
These
right.
two
Testimonials. Yeah,
things are
that's
the
so important.
super most important.
Right, right. So testimonials are super important.
Right.
Right.
Especially and the feedbacks. These two things are always in our,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
from there you iterate and you improve, and then you start selling, and then you continue to iterate and improve and start selling. Is that
yeah.
your process as well?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I did. In the beginning, that's what I did. I just got feedback, I got testimonials, and I just kept putting them in the on Substack's on RightStack's landing page. So yeah. feedback and testimonials. And Blaze asks, is a Substack publication without a custom domain indexed well by Google? Should I buy a custom domain after 4 months, 25 posts, and 100 notes? Google has indexed only 4 URLs. Is that normal or not? To be honest, I have no idea. Maybe Inferni knows.
Um, I'm not. I don't have the exact stats to back whether there's a difference between a custom domain and Substack domain. But then, if you check out my publication solopreneur code, you realize that I'm still using Substack domain. And when I check into Google, I feel that they probably 50% to 60% of my articles have been mapped. I also will not know the exact stats as well, but why I choose to continue using Substack domain is because I I have I have seen a few cases whereby someone changed to custom domain, and when they try to change back, their account got locked out.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But that was back in 2020, early 2024,
Hmm.
right? So, and I know how devastating it is to get your account locked out in
Yeah.
Substack. It, it's like almost a road of no return,
Yeah.
right? So I don't want to risk it, so I never change it. Even though I have solopreneur code custom domain, I
Yeah.
bought it way back in 2024, but I never really tried to set it to Substack.
Is it
Yeah.
Inferni.com?
So solopreneurcode.com and also anthony.com.
Solopreneur.com?
Solopreneurcode.com is also,
Ah.
I have it, right?
Mhm.
So is there a difference? I personally think that um, for me, if you've seen a lot of big writers in Substack, you realize that they also don't change, right? Um, One of the reasons I believe is Substack itself has a very good ecosystem already, right? So it's you don't really have to worry too much about whether Google search can get it. In fact, my Substacks have been appearing in Perplexity and ChatGPT as well, right?
Mhm.
How it actually got there, I have zero idea. There are a lot of people who claim that they know exact step, but I I personally think sometimes it's really how you. I think the key thing is how you write your post, how you name your post. Make sure you get all the keywords correct. I mean, Orel can also offer some advice on that keywords, how you search for keywords. Uh,
To be honest, I'm not really optimizing for Google right now. Um, but yeah, I just write my content and that's that. Hi Phil, how are you doing, man? Uh,
I feel
really? Who else is live right now?
all my favorites are okay. So you have to s- choose the one that you want to go into.
He wants to stay
All right.
here, of course. What do you mean?
Yeah. Oh, Michael says he has the business coach. Yeah, I know you got the businesscoach.com. Um um but I'm not too sure whether there's really a big difference. For me, I don't see too much of a difference. Right. So I think Substack is having a Substack domain is sufficient. Right. If you look at all the big names, some of the big accounts, they also never switch to um their own custom domain. Right. So let's go back to notes. I think notes is very important. Right.
Right,
Okay, so
right.
notes, in your opinion, how how many notes should we write in a day since you have all the stats?
All the okay. So this is very interesting. So if you write between 3 to 5 notes a day, that's a good, very good base to have. But then if you ramp it up to 7 to 8, you don't see a lot of difference. But if you then ramp it up to 10 per day, you see a big difference, right? So something happens between the 7 and the 10. I'm not sure what, but um, Israel going to tell me to write less notes. I think maybe I've got a
No,
little
it's going to
while.
tell you to write more.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you to write more, as many as you can, man. I'm trying to write 10 per day. One of my daily checklists is to write 15 per day. So,
Okay, so this is very interesting. So you were saying 3 to 5 is good, 6 to 8 you might not see the jump.
you're right. So, 6 to 8, you
But the
might not see
moment
the
you
jump.
write, but the moment you write 10 and above,
Yeah,
you can feel the jump because you have all the stats, right?
yeah, exactly.
Okay. So that's very interesting.
Yeah, so, I mean, write as many notes as you can. There is no limit on that. I know people who write 1 note per hour, and it works extremely well for them. I cannot tell their name. Uh, I always praise them. I always praise that it's a guy, so I always praise that guy, because he grows like crazy. He started his paid newsletter on November, and right now he has. I sent me a picture that he has 330 paid subscribers, right in like
Nice.
2 months. Yeah, and he's crazy. He's putting out 1 note per day, 1 article per day. Sorry, 1 note per hour, 1 article per day, even 2 articles per day sometimes, and it just keeps pumping out content nonstop, and it works.
Nice. Wow, one article a day is something I cannot live with, but 10 notes a day is okay.
Yeah,
I've hit 15 notes a day before.
that's crazy.
Um, but it's yeah, you need a lot of ideas.
Right. Or you
Or you just
repurpose
need right
content,
stack.
right? Stack also generates personalized notes. So yeah, based on articles or based on your publication. So yeah, one other good reason to use it.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So if you're interested in right stack, you can just check out Orel's profile, go find out right stack.
I'll leave a
There's a
link right here.
yeah, all the links. I mean, nowadays you can just Google it, you can find, right? Then on to the next question, right? So the moment, so for those of you who don't know the story, you can check it out later on. The moment you got your first $9 subscription come in, right? Uh, at that moment, what changed in your mind?
Did I set up my first subscription?
Yes.
Like when I set up the subscription or when I got the first
No,
dollar,
when you got it, when you got it,
the first dollar, I thought to myself, well, that's nice. Now, how do I make it more?
yeah,
Yeah, that's the only thing that I thought. Like, all right, it's nice. I got like it was $9 and something, and I was like, okay, that's nice, that's cool. But it was, but to be honest, it was not as exciting as I thought it would be.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
interesting,
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Uh,
Because I worked so freaking hard to get that first dollar that when it came, it felt like okay, it's finally here. Moving on.
yeah. Moving on and scaling and find out how can you refine your strategies, your offers. Did you do did that all going through your mind?
No, I didn't have a clue on what I need to do. Like I just thought I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I'll send direct messages, I'll find more people and I'll find clients like that. I had no clue how to market, how to write content. I was just winging it.
Good one.
Yeah.
Like for example, my case, when I earned my first digital dollar, August 2023, $4.90.
August
Okay.
2023, $4.90. All right.
I remember I I think it's 19th August, right? Morning 9:30, 9:03 a.m. I can even remember. If you ask me my 10K, I cannot remember. But I can remember my first dollar.
I agree with you. For me it's April 6th. It was 2:30 p.m. 2:30 p.m.
Yeah, right. So for me, the immediate mindset change is, oh, it can be done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
True.
before that, I wasn't confident that it can be done. Before that, should I quit? When do I quit? Like for you, you say 6 months. If not, you go and look for a job. Your own
Yeah,
ultimatum,
yeah,
right? But the moment your that $9 come in, they tell you that okay, let's do it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because for me, that was also the moment that I suddenly realized, and it's like before that you the moment is very interesting. Before that, you were like, I want to do it. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to be consistent. But then you still have that small little part, 1% in your mind
yeah.
that is still questioning yourself,
True. You always
right?
have that. Yeah.
Yeah. But the moment you earn your first dollar, you are able to tell that 1% that I can do it.
So for me, it was after the $1,000. I think I felt like, all right, if I made it to $1,000 a month, I can do it over and over again. It's not
And hit
luck.
10K.
Yeah. Phil says, I wish I still had the screenshot. I remember Orel reaching out to me pre-Rightstack asking me if I would try something. I feel like he was in pure grit mode. I feel bad. I think I blew. Yeah. You blew it up in the beginning, Phil. I remember I think you had a picture that you're sitting down, like meditating, and I really wanted you to try it, and you didn't. So, yeah, thank you very much, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. But seriously, great demonstration of perseverance, and grit. Congrats on the success. Thank you, Phil. Um, Question: what happens if Substack starts improving its features like scheduling notes and having analytics? First of all, if Substack implement scheduling notes, I will be so excited about it because right now I need to force users to leave their computer and Chrome running for the notes to go out. Um, but if they implement note scheduling, I mean, no platform ever done it in a way that's incredibly convenient, and honestly, they don't need to. Um, but the way that I give you the opportunity to schedule is so convenient. You can have everything managed um, to every detail that you want, have categories for each note that you want, order it, change the order, batch schedule. It's just so extremely simple and fast that I don't think Substack will ever want to compete with that. It won't bring them any more money. So yeah,
Yeah.
your loss, Phil. You're right.
Yeah. I agree with you. For a company that does this like Substack, um, they will always implement a feature that will put more money in their bank, right?
Yeah,
So you have to
yeah,
remember this. That's how companies work, right? The next feature must be is always the most important one, right? And at this point, to them, scheduling is not something that will bring in the money yet.
yeah. That's true. And even if it is, they won't spend so much time and money on making it as convenient as possible, right? I mean, maybe implementing the scheduling won't take them a lot of time, and it will bring in more creators. That's fine.
Yeah,
But like making it super convenient, like I did, will just cost them way too much money to justify that. No other platform does that. Not LinkedIn, not Twitter, nobody.
yeah. And then you have to remember for the 33 of you here is that what Orel has built over these few years is not a product, it's his own strategy, his own mindset. This is what something we have to discuss. What I'm trying to say is that even if there's a scheduler, someone build something better, then not just Orel, all of us should always find a way to overcome it. That's what entrepreneurship is about, right?
Right,
We don't say, oh, there's a competitor, I'm dead, that's it, that's the end, and I give up. No, you overcome it just like how you overcome your initial difficulties to earn your first dollar, right? We will always overcome it with innovation, with new ideas, and then if the last resort need be, we pivot and then we launch another thing and then just
right,
get better over time, right?
right,
Am I right to
right.
say that?
Yeah, yeah. I will not call out my competitors, but I have a few. And I mean, the only one that I'm willing to call out because I love this guy is Fintropy. He has some great products. Um, but sometimes I see some other products that try to imitate Rightstack or build something, try to be better or something like that, and it just gets me a bit Like I feel like I need to do something to compete with them. I need to build something new, to change something. But honestly, I just need to keep doing what I'm doing, and it will be
Yes.
fine. And if they get better than me, then I'll improve the product. If not, then I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. So Michael says, "What is your offer that people pay you?" The offer that I have is a SaaS product called RightStack. So it's on rightstack.io.
Yeah.
Um, that's awesome. Thank you. My experience of people like Orel is that they always stay one step ahead of the curve. Honestly, Substack should hire him. Maybe I should hire people from Substack. What do you say about that?
I'll just stay
Agreed.
sober.
I analyze. Oh, okay, cool. That's a good article, by the way. Magic Mika. Yeah, she printed for your articles 4 times for
Yeah.
Bernie. So yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Magic. I know you always print my articles out to read. Right. Okay. So, I mean, we are running out of time. I want to ask you one more question. Your strategy is pretty simple. I mean, simple but not easy, right? In your post, you say pick one project, build it, stick with it, get feedback.
Right.
Right? You want to elaborate on this? This is very important.
Yeah, sure. So, like I say it a lot. So,
Like what is stick with it?
yeah. So, all
Uh,
right. So you
yeah.
pick an idea, you build it, you get feedback, and you iterate on the feedback. So the more feedback you get, the better, because people will tell you what's working and not what's not. When you build a product, first you have no clue about the experience of the user, because you know exactly where everything is. So, for example, I have an import button to import notes into RightStack, and I get a lot of support tickets about where do I find it. And in my mind, it's pretty basic, but a lot of people just can't find it, even though it's in front of them. They can see it, and that's very important. That can get people very mad and frustrated, and they will just churn and leave the platform. Lucky for me, they send me a message. I reply quite fast, and they do not churn. But things like that that you think are pretty basic are not basic to everybody else. And so you need to learn what works, what doesn't, and improve on that. And if you give your product 1 or 2 weeks to see if it gets any traction, you will never learn what works and what doesn't. So that's what I'm talking about when I say stick to it. You pick a product, you build it, you get feedback, you improve, and eventually you put up a paywall after it works well.
Yeah. I think this is very important because I always call it the creator's blindness, right? When
Yeah,
you create something, you you to you is very simple, to you is very straightforward, to you is the best because you created it, right, based on
right.
your image. And then if you are not recipient, uh when you are not able to receive very relevant and dynamic feedback, and then if you don't act on it, because of that blindness, because a lot of people always think that their product is the best. Whoever don't know how to use it is because they don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
Right? So I think
Well, it's the furthest from the truth.
yes, I also learned it that way. Sometime in my midpoint, that I realized that none of my idea is the best. The
Right.
best is the accumulation of all the ideas of all my customers.
Right. Right. That's true.
Right,
That's true.
right. So remember your first product and your
Bye,
last
Phil.
and
Thank
your
you. Yeah, he's
yes.
going. Yeah, go ahead.
Always remember your first product is your first idea, and then like what Aura say, the most important thing is for you to gather feedback and then implement the change. Having said that, I have one last question. This is also interesting because I also had that issue before, right? And now you are talking about this. I can ask you, there will always be good suggestion and there's bad suggestion.
Yeah, true.
Which one? How do you determine which one to work on and which one to ignore?
So for 600 days, what I did is listen only to bad advice, and that's what got me to making nothing out of these 600 days. By the way, hi, Robin. How are you doing, man? Had a podcast with him recently. Great
Okay.
dude, great dude. Um, so what I did for the first
Robin Thai,
600 days, Robin Marks.
Robin, oh, hi, Robin.
Yeah,
Okay,
cool
yes.
dude. Yeah, so I listened to the advice of ship fast. What it means is you build a product. If it doesn't work in the first week, you just kill it and move on to the next idea. And I listened to bad advice. But I didn't know better. I thought that's how it's supposed to work. So I guess it doesn't matter which advice you get. You'll probably fall for a lot of bad advice throughout your time, and you'll need to understand it on your own because one bad advice for someone might be a gold advice for someone else. So
Mm, mm. Right. So there's no definite. And I think in the previous live with Taylin, I also say that your our ability to ascertain whether advice or feedback is good or bad is like this ability is like muscle.
mhm,
You have to keep working on it
yeah,
to make it good.
right,
Right. So your senses become better as you listen to enough bad advisors.
right. That's true.
Right. So over time you become better. There's no way someone can tell you this is good or this is bad. I mean, because the moment you contextualize it to your personal experience, your personal circumstances, it become like what you say just now. A person's bad advice might be another person's golden advice,
Exactly.
right? So this one is very true, and I believe in that as well, right? And which is why everybody have to carve out their own path to success,
Right.
right? So I'm very glad you carve out your own path and
Bye, Michael.
congrats for hitting your 6K MRR
Thank you.
recently. Today. Is it today?
Today.
Congrats. So we are
Thank
at the
you.
right time to celebrate this moment, right? And
Yeah,
then looking forward for you to hit your 10K MRR. That'll
yeah.
be that will be another milestone,
Yeah, that's
right?
a great so the next milestone is, I think it was, 8.2, I think, 8.2, just to reach $100,000 a year. That's the main milestone.
Okay.
So it's,
And
8.3, 8.3.
looking forward for you to celebrate that moment as well.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, before we go, any
Bye,
last
please.
advice for our 36 listeners?
Yeah, so I think the most important thing is to focus, to pick one thing and then to focus on it relentlessly. Whatever it is, you build an offer, you build a product, you build your Substack, you talk about something. Just try to focus on that single thing and do it as many times as you can to improve. Right. And it will be boring, it will be annoying, it will burn out. It's just part of it. It's part of the game, and you need to find your ways to cope with it. So my main advice to everybody is focus on one thing and go with it.
All right, very good. So thank you, Orel. Orel is our second contributor for the first digital dollar project. As some of you already know, every week I will share one contributor, his post, and then he will go on live. He or she will go on live with me on the same week as well. Next week we have someone very interesting as well. So looking forward. If you are here, you haven't subscribed to Orel, please subscribe. Take a look at his profile. He's the creator of Stack, one of the most interesting SaaS in Substack now, and one of the
The
most
most
beautiful
interesting
one.
one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the most beautiful one, I would say. The UI UX is one of the best around, I think.
Yeah.
So go ahead and try it out yourself, and then if you can subscribe to him, and then stick around for the next. We covered two. First one is Tedin, second one is you. We have 18 more coming. Stick around, guys.
That's
If
awesome.
not, thank you, everybody. See you in the next one. Bye.
See you. Thank you. And Fernie. Bye bye.
Bye.